Hello and welcome to my new short series of videos on a DIY guide to designing and creating your own website. Um, so you obviously want to take control of your business's image online. It's why you're watching this video at the end of the day. Um, so maybe you're starting to build your business from the ground up and you've never had a website before, or maybe your current website just isn't working for you the way that it was 3, 4, 5 years ago. Um, Firstly, there's a lot for you to learn um, to end up with an effective website that will work to get you more clients. Um, sure, it can be really easy to look at the website of a celebrity or a multinational business and say to yourself, I want my website to look exactly like that. Um, First things first, that's brilliant. You have an idea of a starting point and where you wanna be at. Um, but many websites simply have a lot of extra bells and whistles that won't help you get more clients for your business, or um, that are there as kind of an added extra that you don't need initially to get your website off the ground. Um, so these aspects will have a place on your website. I'm not denying it, depending on what your industry is. Um, but they don't need to be on there from the very first moment you publish your website. Um, and some of the others can just be forgotten about altogether unless you are absolutely desperate to have them on there. So this kind of short series guide videos, there will be a downloadable report that you can get off my website as well. Uh, is here to help you understand the essential pages that you need to include in your website from the start, and which you need to do first, and which ones can be left till later. So for the purpose of this series, I've split the website pages into essential pages and optional pages. So your essential pages are your home page, your about us page, your contact us page, your products, your services, FAQ pages, privacy policy. And then your optional pages I've separated off into testimonials, terms and conditions, and your blog and your newsletter. These can be done at a later date if you need. So first and foremost, I'm going to be taking you through the first three essential pages to have on your website: your home page, your about us page, and your contact us page. So with your home page, your website at the end of the day is the first place that people will often go to find more out about you online, and what your business does. So you want to make a great first impression on them, so that they want to buy from you and they want to do business with you. And your homepage is a key part of that. So to do this, you need to make sure you have a goal in mind when you first start creating that homepage. Um, so the type of goal that you have can vary. It can be, do you want them to call you? Do you want them to sign up for a free session? Do you want them to join your mailing list? Do you want them to buy something from your website, register for something? So these are all uh, calls to action that you can focus on your homepage, um, and they will heavily determine how your homepage will look, and what order things will go in. Uh, but the first initial point is focus. Don't try and have 6 different call to actions that you're trying to focus on, because your website will just look cluttered to begin with, and you'll lose focus, and people won't understand what you want them to do, or what your aims are. So you should have one primary goal that should take center stage on your website. Uh, I'm not denying you can have different parts to it. So you can have people, if your main goal, for example, is to have people call you, you can have that as your main call of action. But if you then want them to sign up to your mailing list, you can have a sign up form in the footer of your email, in the footer of your website. So that will hugely help you focus on what you want your customers to do. Um, as well as guiding the rest of how the rest of your website will look as well. So once you've sorted out your homepage and decided what your call of action is going to be, you can then move on to your about page. So this page shows who you are and what your business is. So who you serve, why people should work with you or buy from you. You might see it as a bit of a kind of like a bio page, where you kind of it's very much about who you are, who your business is, rather than kind of what your products are. So it'll include things like your experiences, your businesses, like kind of accreditations, things like that. What makes it kind of unusual is that it's written in the third person, so as if someone else is writing about you. You can put your purpose in business on there, who your ideal clients are, any accomplishments, key credentials that make you stand out from your competitors. So a kind of a key factor within all that is that you should decide who your about page will be written about. So whether it will focus on your business as a whole, or whether it will focus on you as part of that business, or even whether it will focus on the kind of the whole team that you've built within your business to serve your customers. So you can include a photo of yourself if for example, you're a freelancer or self-employed, or you can include a photo of your team so that when people ring through on your phones, they know they can kind of put a name to the face, a voice to the face sort of thing. So it lets people know who they're talking to, and kind of gives you an element of credibility where you're willing to put yourself out there and be seen by people. So the third page I'm going to talk about in this episode is the contact us page. The contact us page is a hugely important page on your website, and as obvious as it might seem in the fact that it's the contact us page, so many people make mistakes here. So because this page is so crucial for your business, it should restate your business name, list your phone number, and your email address where people can get in touch with you. It might be for I don't know, for business to business companies, it will be to log inquiries. Business to consumer, it might be for extra advice that a customer might want. So I often see websites that leave off this kind of important information, or it's buried so far down that it's nigh impossible for visitors to find it. So instead of, as well as having pages where instead of having just a simple contact details page where it's name, phone number, email address, physical address, you just see kind of an inquiry form. So it's kind of a what is your message, submit thing, and then someone will get back to you. People, this is important because people want to know who you are and they want to speak to a real person. Even though kind of that kind of AI systems have come through where it's hard to tell on some of these chatbots whether you're talking to a person or an automated system. People still want to feel like their complaints or phone calls are still being understood by the company, and they're still being valued. So even if you're a virtual business or like an e-commerce business, most people still want to know where in the world you are. So you can list your email, obviously your business's public email address, unless you're self-employed or freelancer, where you can use your personal one. So unless you're a full-on workaholic where you don't want to be answering emails at the weekend and in evenings, and often having that kind of separate business email will help separate personal and business as your business grows. So to me, it's relatively simple. You put your company name, your company email, your phone number, and your physical address. Anything after that is entirely optional, but those are the three key things you need on your contact us page, and they need to be clear and easy to find on your website as a whole. So hopefully that's given you a head start on starting and creating your very own website. If you stick around for next week's episode, it will be on the products and services pages of your website that you can include as well. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and hopefully you'll watch next week.